we just shut it off. The doors are wide open, right? So let's shut the doors real quick and just see how quick it goes in here. So it's bearable right now, right? So we'll attempt to maybe go 5 minutes in here, and I'll show you just how hot it gets in here. This goes to 140 and it's all the way over by 180 at the dash. So it's extremely hot in here. So picture a child left in this vehicle, right? They're in their car seat. They can't get out of the car seat. And then it's hours that pass. Even if it's 5 minutes that passes, it's like it's just too long. It's hot in here. They bypass the heat exhaustion. They go right into heat stroke. They can't breathe. They can't regulate their temperature 3 to 5 times. They warm up quicker than an adult. They just cannot get rid of the heat. So right now, like even just being in here, you're at, it shows hot air and error because that's over 104 already, just on our heads, our foreheads. So you're at 97, 95 pulse ox. So we'll sit in here for a little bit, and as it heats up. So temperature wise, we're at 172 degrees in here, just at the dash right there. So you can see right there, and we've only been in here just going on 3 minutes, and you can just feel the oxygen's being displaced. Our windows are cracked. That's the crazy thing about this, is like just
still got a little bit of an
you
airflow.
feel like a little bit of a breeze, but not enough to like cool a baby off that's in a car seat, or a baby that's in the back seat when the doors are locked and they can't get out of here. Really important too, I want to remind people too, lock your vehicles when you're done, because people go outside, the kids go outside and play, and they play hide and seek, right? What's a great place they think is a place to hide and seek? Inside the vehicle. And then they get locked inside the vehicle. So like I said, I've got a briefcase that if I were taking my grandson somewhere, I'd put a briefcase in the back seat. I'd take off my left shoe. I'd put it back there. I'd put maybe a stuffed animal in the front seat, just to remind you that you have that child and you're dropping them off and or taking them for the day, so you don't leave them in the hot car. We've been in here 4 minutes. The temperature is well over 180 degrees at the dash of the car. Our core temperatures are going up to 104 on the outside with the thermometer that we have. Your heart rate's going up over 100. So it's just, it's thick in here.
And it doesn't feel great either. I mean, you're feeling it.
Not
within
at all.
That first minute or so, the slick sweat, and it's just really uncomfortable.
And that child's starting to cry, right? So they're really not regulating or shedding the heat that they need to do, and they have no way out.
We think about these days with excessive heat warnings, and we're doing this story on a day that's, just ridiculous temperatures. But it doesn't have to be ridiculous temperatures for this to be really affecting a kid, right?
No, and even when it's cold, because then you can get into the hypothermia, and this is called hyperthermia, where it's the hot. It's the opposite. You've got to do everything you can to minimize forgetting that you have that child for the day, because like we've seen in these recent ones, it's caregivers that have the child for the day. They're supposed to go drop them off at a care center. Our phones just went off because the temperatures are so hot in here. So phones are shutting down. The monitor, you're up to 107 on the heart monitor right now, so you've gone up 20 plus points on your heart monitor. So picture a kid in here. If you're saying that you don't think it will happen to you, shame on you, because it can happen to anybody, and it does, as we've seen. I'm sure they don't set out in the morning like, hey, I'm going to leave my child in the car. They just tragically forget. Their mind goes elsewhere. So you got to do everything you can just to remember that you have the child for the day. We've been in here about 7 minutes. I'm probably ready to get out. It's super hot. Your pulse rate's gone up to 110. And it's 180 degrees at the dash. And hopefully this will just bring awareness to somebody to just take those extra steps to prevent this from happening. So.